Dead Draw Gaming. Like no one ever was.
Yo, what's going on, Dead Drawers? Welcome back to the channel. It is another Dan day. What is that, like 2 and 3 days? Kinda crazy. This video is going to be a little bit shorter. It is actually the day of. Normally we record like a day before so that I have time to edit them, but I got deep into working last night and I stayed up until like 7 a.m. and then took a quick nap, and I kind of, in the deepness of working, forgot to record. So here I am. But what I got deep into working was, you guys remember 2 days ago when I was here talking to you guys, I said that I was working on Patreon, and so I got deep into it last night. I rewrote our whole plan for Patreon. I restructured our Patreon tiers. I started working on new goals, and I put out goals for Darren, Danny, and I, the three of us, on the kinds of things we should be posting on Patreon. So a video later this week is going to be our Patreon kind of intro video, which will be, or like our overview video, I guess, which will also be on our Patreon page. The Patreon link is going to be in the description. It always is, but I'm just letting you guys know, check it out. But a few of the things, you know, I don't want to go too deep into it, but the main thing that our Patreon is going to be kind of geared towards, as far as our goals are concerned, is going to be the hashtag 2020 vision, which I don't think we've talked about since, you know, we started re-uploading again in this April month after kind of missing all of March. So we had that like 4-week stumble of not recording. So, and then a lot of you guys have been asking, like, you know, with Aaron leaving, is 2020 vision still happening? It absolutely is still happening. I think Danny has mentioned that, but I just want to reiterate that a lot of our work that we're doing is because of 2020 vision. We're still doing all of that, but a lot of our Patreon goals and content is going to be for the 2020 vision. So one thing that I thought was really cool that I was going through, I have a whole thing of notes right here. That's all the Patreon stuff that was just like my ideas, and then I full typed it out on my computer, which is not on right now. So but I came up with a few new tiers and an idea, and one thing that I thought Danny, Darren, and I could do, at least something that I will be doing, and this is something that I've attempted to do before but it never really worked out, is a post-podcast party. So when the podcast is over, what we would do is we would have a Discord voice channel set up for everyone in that Discord role to be able to join, hang out with Danny, Darren, and I after the podcast, and just talk about whatever. So that'll be a new thing on there once it is not releasing like today or tomorrow. We gotta hammer out all the final things, but that is one of the things that is for sure will be on the new Patreon that's not on there now. That's something I think is gonna be really cool. You'll have to have the special Discord role, which you'll get by unlocking that Patreon tier. So I'm really excited about that because, you know, during Twitch chat while the podcast is live, we kind of get a chance to talk to you guys, and we get to talk to you guys like through our Discord too. But a lot of the times, you know, because of YouTube and because of podcasts, we don't get that one-on-one or even one-on community interaction live. And so I thought it would be cool to be able to give you guys that kind of thing in person more, you know. And I've said this before on a podcast, but, you know, you don't always get that intimate viewer to creator relationship, I guess. Alright, you guys, sorry if this video cuts in a really weird spot. My phone, which has never had this problem before, over the past few days when I've been recording, has suddenly had the problem of skipping out in video but keeping up with the audio, so the two don't sync up. And I don't know if any of y'all have edited before, but that is an incredibly difficult problem to sit down at a computer and try to figure out. I've been able to do it, but it is much easier to just re-record and hope it doesn't happen again. So I was in the middle of saying, all of you guys that are super loyal, Thank you so much for being really loyal with Patreon. The idea of the post-podcast party is something that I really, really want to do. I'm hoping that will be something that gets rolled out in like the first wave of our Patreon revampment. Is revampment a word? It's probably just our Patreon revampment. So I wanted to go. I originally went in a little bit deeper onto a lot of things about Patreon, but as I was watching it back, it was just a lot of rambling. So I'm going to keep some of it for Patreon alone, and maybe the part of the first video that I delete will end up on Patreon. But one thing I also wanted to mention is this past weekend I had the pleasure of spending some time with Team DDG members Poet Larson and Brett Stratton, and we got some candid photos of Poet and some super cool hashtag DDG Win t-shirts. So if you guys don't already have your DDG Win t-shirts, here are some great photos of Poet and wearing those DDG Win t-shirts. They're available on our website, $14.99 for the DDG Win t-shirts, or alternatively, the Circle logo t-shirts are available for $9.99. Those come in black or mint. So if you don't have those already, now's a really, really great time to go pick up some t-shirts. It's awesome. It's always a good time for t-shirts, especially, this is probably going to glare really bad, and I'm sorry. Hey, look, there's my cat. But it's so nice out now in most parts of the country and probably most parts of the world. We're getting into spring. It's starting to become t-shirt weather. We got t-shirt on right now. So go buy your t-shirts. But you guys, that's all we have for you today. I'm really passionate about Patreon, so you guys make sure check it out. Also, make sure to subscribe if it is your first time here. Make sure to hit the like button if you like this video and you want more Dance Hams, please. That's all I have to say. So that's all I'm gonna say, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.